Hey, today I'll be reviewing the Auribus Acoustics Sierra. Uh, when I got this, it retailed for like 900. It was part of the end of the first batch, and I got it from Mimic Audio. So yeah, disclaimer, I got this with my own money, as I just said. All thoughts and opinions are my own, and I'll try to review this to the best of my ability, you know. And yeah, uh, regarding how I'm gonna be reviewing this, hopefully it's not as chaotic and incoherent as my last review. I still don't have a script, but I'm getting back in the swing of things, so hopefully it's better. Let me see. In terms of drivability, you definitely need a desktop amp. I have the JDS Element 4, and it has a tiny bit of headroom when I use it, but I do have to crank it into high gain for it to actually, get loud enough. So if you have a weaker portable, a dongle, I don't think you'd be able to drive it. Maybe with like the DC Elite or something. I'd have to check the power requirements, or you would have to. So just be careful about that. In terms of accessories, there's obviously the headphones, as you can see. They swivel. This is like an open heart cable. It's not bad. It feels like an IEM cable, but obviously terminated in 3.5 for headphones. This is a cable clasp. This 3.5, which isn't bad, but I have my own, so I never used it. And then this, it's like a magnetic clasp that held the cable. It's pretty solid. Like a business card. I won't show what's on the back because I think that's his serial number and like the signature. And then there's this one as well for and it says thank you from Juan, which is nice because they are a small company. I think it's like Juan and a few other people, so they're still starting out and small scale, so it's definitely more personalized feeling, and you could tell they're trying their best. So let's keep that in mind as we review this. And build, if you didn't know from the looks, it is 3.5 millimeter terminated, and then also, as you can see, heavily 3D printed. I know there's a version with aluminum build, I think. That's on the site right now, but this one is just 3D printed, and you could see it. There's like marks here and shit, but overall it looks pretty solid. It feels solid. It doesn't feel like it's gonna break soon. One thing about this though is I feel like the swivel, like the cup adjustment, this one is fine, like front and back, but like side to side, you can definitely feel it like not be as smooth, and that kind of affects fitment, which I'll get into. Oh, wait, before that, the padding on the headband is kind of thin, but fine. Like it's wide enough to where it's not like a small pressure point. Some headbands can be like really skinny, and that ruins it. Also, these are like Odyssey pads, so, and it's kind of deep, so if your ears probably won't touch the driver or get anywhere close. It's pretty plush. So honestly, comfort is good. It's just it depends on your head shape if it'll fit or not. Like you can adjust the headband all the way like out here. You got like a big head, or if you got a tiny head. I don't think anyone will have this head. It's like a fucking baby's head, but hey, I don't know how you guys are. Anyways, you could definitely be a little better, but considering it's 3D printed, it's pretty solid. I'd have to compare it with like the Hi-Fi for All Dahlia. That's another really highly regarded 3D printed headphone, but I don't think I'll get that one, so it is what it is. And in terms of sound, the first thing you notice is the sub bass. Well, if you put on a song that has like pretty present sub bass, there's actually really impressive extension for an open back dynamic driver headphone. Usually with like extension, you expect from like high famins, like planars in general. But with this one, there's actually really impressive sub bass extension. There's like a rise, and then it slopes down into the mid bass. There's not really like a tuck or anything, so drums are fairly well represented and stuff like that. Male vocals are not recessed or thin at all. And going into like the upper registries, like upper mids, lower treble, that's when I start to have a problem. Actually, not just lower treble, like the treble in general. My thing with this headphone is it sounds over dampened. Like there's a veil on something. And that's because I feel like the Sierra takes a more relaxed approach where the ear gain is less, and then there's not really any dips or peaks in my ears that are very noticeable. It's just more of like a downward slope in terms of the ear gain to through the treble region. And so how it comes across to me is female vocals and stuff like electric guitars, like stuff in the high registries, they don't really have like the clarity or shine that you'd like. And in terms of some things like the aggressiveness of the electric guitars don't really come through. Like for example, there's that song "Take What You Want" by Post Malone featuring Ozzy, RP, and Travis Scott. There's like this really nice electric guitar solo, and it's not as engaging as I would like, and it doesn't sound as like you know how electric guitars sound. They should really bite, have a nice bite and like intensity to them, and I feel like that's lacking. And for stuff like J-pop, like Otto for example, their vocals are very high energy, intense, like just supposed to be shining through, and it just doesn't come through on this. If I were to say anything though, like if you do jive with a sub bassy, very relaxed, kind of veiled signature, I feel like you'd really enjoy these. But for me, that's not really what I jive with or am looking for. At least not from this headphone. It was from like another one maybe, but I don't know. The I struggle with this because I don't know exactly all the terminology. Like I won't lie, I'm not like an expert reviewer or an audio engineer or anything, but I feel like the transients, the initial transients is like lacking. The dynamics are lacking. When I was listening to Experience, you know that one song from the last review, it just didn't draw out the same emotion, and I don't know. I think some people really enjoy this one, but for me, nah. And in terms of the intangibles, like the technicalities, I find the soundstage should be like pretty close to my ear, maybe a little bit outside. So, but it does sound bigger than IEM's. Like I say, IEM's stage a bit smaller, and the sound itself is a bit smaller. But the Auribus Acoustics here isn't a major step up in that regard. It is there, but you know, I'm very picky about stage and stuff like that. In terms of layering and imaging, I feel like it is kind of lacking on this. Like stuff can get lost in the mix. Yeah, I would not say this is the most technical for the price for sure. And then timbre is solid. I feel like, as I said before, the kind of like relaxed nature of the ear gain and the treble makes it so sometimes instruments don't sound exactly right, but obviously it's not like really whack. So you know, it's pretty decent. And let me see. Talk about details, soundstage, imaging, layer. Oh, timbre. I don't think there's anything I'm missing in terms of technicalities. If I did miss anything, you guys tell me in the comments. And yeah, in terms of gaming in general use, I used it for YouTube, you know, watching streams, stuff like that. It works fine, obviously. It's not gonna be terrible. And then for gaming, yeah, as I said before, in terms of FPS gaming, like competitive stuff, you don't really need anything crazy. So this did fine. Like, I didn't lose footsteps really, but I knew it could have been a little better. Just like not outstanding for the price, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And in terms of just immersive open world like solo player games, single player, it's pretty good. It's not, I don't know, the thing with this, like the story is, it's just solid but not outstanding. And some people really like that. It's like a jack of all trades, master of none. It's not crazy good in any regard, except maybe sub-base extension. You might be surprised if you're just used to very light, airy, not really sub-basey open back dynamics. But if you have a lot of experience with other gear, you might not be as into this. And so would I recommend this? The first batch is going used now for like around 600, so that's not a bad value. I don't know, depends, because there's used focal clears going around there, hi-fi minorias, stealth, stuff like that. So different sound signatures. But I say this competes with them. I've heard the clear, and I think in terms of everything except timbre and something in the mids slash treble area for like the clears was weird to me, which could contribute to the weird timbre. Like it was like a metallic sheen to the sound, but I do think I would prefer the clear overall, from what I remember. So take that with a grain of salt. Never heard the aria or anything else, so I wouldn't know about that. There's probably reviewers that compared them, so if you want, just search that up maybe. And yeah, I do have to give props to Juan though, like making a headphone. This is like his second headphone, not counting all the iterations of this one. Before this one was the Everest, I believe. So I think he really streamlined how the headphone was made and designed, and this looks a lot more professional and like well put together than his first one. So props to him. And it takes balls to come in this industry and like try to put out a competitive product, no matter what it is. So shout out to Juan. And yeah, if you'd like to buy this, the Sierra has their own website. Just search up Auribus Acoustics, you'll find it. Or just any authorized retailers. I know Mimic, I got from them. There might be more international as well. I don't know about domestic, so yeah. And with that, I think this review is over. This is shorter than my previous review, and hopefully more coherent and actually helpful. If you liked, comment down below, like telling me, hey, like this is actually decent this time. Like it, I guess, I don't know, and sub, because I'm trying to review the rest of the stuff I got here, and hopefully, you know, I don't take a year again between reviews. Alright, with that, I'd like to thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.